Cablenet has been in business providing landline telephone services in the Northeast United States since 1960. As technology evolved, Cablenet expanded their services to include mobile phones, internet, and cable television services. With this extensive product expansion, Cablenet expanded their service region to include the continental United States. As the company grew, new services became available in new areas, and localized call centers were established to assist with organizing installation in new service areas. The individuals in these contact centers were locals and often knew each other very well. They informed customers on the date in which new services would become available in their area and helped existing customers with adding new services and maintenance requests. Customers were very happy with the contact centers and were very fond of the customer services that they provided. The contact center staff received constant in-house training as the product menu changed often and the geographical service area and customer base was consistently growing. Cablenet's success reached its peak in the early 2000s when the company was able to provide all its services through the entire continental U.S. The localized call centers were no longer needed as the company began outsourcing the calls to other countries where the cost of labor was lower. These new call centers were trained once when they became operational, and management communicated any updates to staff through written correspondence. While there were small changes moving forward, the exponential growth the company had seen in the late 1990s discontinued. The company no longer employed in-house staff for installation and repairs. Instead, Cablenet chose to contract these services out to third-party companies who did not share the same passions for customer service. Since 2009, Cablenet's success has been in constant decline. While they are still turning a profit annually, the margin has been getting smaller every year. In the past, there were only a few large companies who offered this whole suite of services. Now more and more are becoming available and offering lower rates for the same services. Customers have been leaving Cablenet to try new companies with lower prices and better customer service. The Board of Governors at Cablenet has acknowledged that this is becoming a problem. They are financially driven and focus on reducing the company's operational costs to make up the difference. This has meant offering voluntary retirement plans for existing employees and not backfilling their positions. Because these positions have not been backfilled, the remaining employees are overworked and uninformed. The personnel turnover is constant, and the average time an employee spends with the call center is under 1 year. Customers complain constantly about the poor service from the overworked contact center employees, as well as the installation and repair men and women. All of these negatives are harming the bottom line, yet senior management only focuses on cutting costs. While the board understands these issues exist, they are hesitant to implement any significant changes, as many of these changes will initially subtract from the bottom line. To help remedy these issues, the Cablenet Board of Governors has reached out to Bird's Eye View to assess these issues and make recommendations to remedy the decline in customers and employee retention.
Hello and greetings from a Bird's Eye View. Our President and CEO Gabrielle Kuginig and myself would like to extend our warmest thanks for your interest in our company. Bird's Eye View is a customer service and management consulting firm based in the D.C. metropolitan area. Founded in 1989, BEV brings nearly 25 years of quality customer service and organizational management experience to transitioning organizations looking to identify stifling practices, policies, and/or personnel. Bird's Eye View has grown significantly in the past 2 decades, and many household names utilize their expert services to help coordinate new customer service initiatives and identify management inefficiencies. BEV is committed to recognizing those areas of opportunities for their clients and provides them with unbiased, timely, and effective recommendations from a bird's eye view. Bird's Eye View's philosophy is excellent service, excellent success, asserting that quality customer service is directly related to every organization's success or failure. BEV believes the company's financial investment in the service portion of their organization will yield exponential results through a positive online image and word-of-mouth marketing. As a result, the company generates new loyal customers and can even begin to charge more than its competitors.
To begin the consulting process, Each contact center employee, domestic and international, will take an employee engagement survey, which is written and sanctioned by the Society of Human Resource Management Foundation to determine their knowledge of their work objectives, the service and products the company offers, and their level of engagement and loyalty to the company. Secondly, Bird's Eye View will be on site at the various call centers over the course of 6 months. Domestic or international, these visits will not be announced. Upon arrival, BEV staff will interact with team members and listen to their dialogue with customers. Third, Bird's Eye View will work with each third-party vendor who provides installation and maintenance service to determine which contracts should continue and which should be terminated. Bird's Eye View is concerned with the focus each third-party vendor places on customer service to make this determination. And last, Bird's Eye View will solicit for survey the top 5% of the longest-standing accounts and inquire about changes in products and services, pricing, and customer service noticed throughout the years. The survey would also include general questions about the customer's feelings toward the company and request that they highlight at least one area of improvement that would aid in retaining them as a lifetime customer.
While on location, Bird's Eye View found that communication between middle-level managers and employees was severely lacking. While each employee has a direct line for contacting a supervisor, the line is often busy, leaving the employee to guess or even fabricate the answers to questions. This often leaves the customer on hold for extended periods of time, only to provide them with inaccurate information. The employees were also disturbed by the call-to-employee ratio. Daily, each employee is expected to take approximately 200 calls. This causes employees to be less focused on service and information accuracy and instead promote shortened and less productive dialogue as a means to increase call quantity. Employees were also frustrated that there is never any opportunity to suggest ways to improve the organization. Managers only meet with their staff once a year to go over annual evaluations, which causes employees to feel disconnected from the company and senior staff, as well as leave them unsure of their work performance throughout the year. After review of all third-party maintenance and installation vendor contracts, Bird's Eye View found Cablenet installation or maintenance work orders to be on average a fourth priority amongst vendors. This was the reasoning for the excessive wait times Cablenet customers experience when looking to have services installed or repaired. The following issues are 8 high-priority issues BEV believes should be remedied immediately to increase Cablenet's organizational success. Lack of structured communication between contact center employees and managers. Lack of consistency and information between the different call centers. Exceptionally long wait times that frustrate and escalate customer issues. No defined service or installation timeframes. No consistent training processes or materials throughout the enterprise. No direct oversight of employee calls and a lack of supervision. A lack of investment in employees regarding compensation and training. And cultural issues and roadblocks between the international call centers and customers.
To restore growth and profits, Cablenet will need to adopt significant changes to their business model. If the company chooses to follow BEV's recommendations, the financial investment needs to be made in training and retaining customer service representatives. The organization should see a return on investment relatively quickly. Recommendations include in-house content training for anyone who takes calls from customers, a Microsoft SharePoint site where all reference materials can be housed and accessed by all call centers throughout the enterprise. 10% of all employee phone calls should be recorded and monitored, with the employee receiving feedback on the call immediately after. All employees should receive monthly scorecards from their managers, which will serve as an opportunity to touch base. A suggestion box should be available at each call center location and should be reviewed weekly at a manager's meeting where trends and learning opportunities are discussed. International employees should be trained by the same training staff as the domestic employees, with ongoing training regarding American consumers and their expectations. Any issues reported by customers should be immediately emailed as confirmation of their phone call. The email will contain an agent's first name and employee ID number for accountability purposes. Cablenet should contact a small handful of regional companies that will contractually agree to a 48-hour time frame to resolve any maintenance and installation calls. All employees will take a series of customer service training modules hosted by Strategic Futures, a leading customer service development firm. Cablenet will hire based on the number of incoming calls quarterly to keep wait times at a minimum. Cablenet will offer employees who remain with the organization of a minimum of 1 year tuition reimbursement for secondary education. Employees who take advantage of this program will need to be in good standing with the organization and remain with the company for 2 years after disbursement of funds. All of the changes Cablenet elects to implement should be advertised using various marketing platforms in order to improve the organization's image to both the internal and external publics.